All right, thanks for joining us on the Real Property Show. Today we're going to be taking you through this project behind me. It's a custom home under construction. We're going to show you a few things that are happening and what progress has been made. The framing is underway and we've got some big walls stood up top. So we're going to walk you around and show you some of the stuff that's going on. So let's get rolling. All right, so we're going to walk around here. I'll show you a few things that are going on. So this green wall is a zip system by Huber, and what it is this is actually an air barrier and a weather barrier. So when you're putting Tyvek on a house, that you're accomplishing the same kind of thing. But with this is actually our shear panel. So this is 7/16 inch material, and this is going on for the shear value. It's also supplying the air barrier and the weather barrier for any moisture. So it has, I think it's 12 or 13 perms is what this weather barrier is here. The OSB is less than that. It's a high quality OSB, but it allows it's actually the vapor to transfer through, but the bulk water not to go in. So what we do is we actually take, and there's a zip tape, we'll show you the other side, but the zip tape tapes down this. You can see the lines here to seal this. So you want your fasteners to not be overdriven. You want them to be ideally flush. And Huber says you don't even have to put liquid flash or seal these out in the field if they're flush nailed, but you can definitely do that if you'd like to go over top of them. But this is all the way up, and we're going to create an air barrier on top of this wall, just a rake wall. You can also see this over here. It's on the front of the house as well. So this is going to go all the way up. There's a shorter wall up top here, and it's going to go all the way back. We'll stop it at the top of the wall and then seal on the top to get an air barrier. So if you look here, this is where we've actually put the tape on, and you can see the lines on the side here. And when the tape goes on, it's 3 3/4 wide. So once it goes on there, you flatten it out, make sure you don't have any creases on it or any bird mouths that are coming over to where the water would be able to come in and get into the seam. So, and once you get that nice and flat, then you're going to take this roller. This is a roller made by Huber. It's a zip system roller. It's got little Z's on it, so you can tell we rolled these little marks on this tape. But by pushing down on this, it's a pressure sensitive tape. So the bonding agent's in here. It's an acrylic bonding agent. It actually grabs into the OSB, or this green material that's on top of the OSB, and allows it to adhere. And that's what you want. So that allows you to there's nothing getting behind this at that point. So this is sealed. It's an air seal, and it's also going to keep out any water getting into that cavity. So what we'll end up doing too, and we'll do a video on this, but we're going to have down here, we're going to use the Zip Systems liquid flash, and we'll tape here and tape here, and then we're going to actually put that, and we'll seal the bottom of this right here all the way along this whole bottom. So in addition to what we've already done to seal the bottom of the wall. So that's a cool system, and we'll go over some more details how we're going to do that. We set our windows and show you how all that's done. So if you look at this wall, we stood this wall yesterday, and we sheeted this wall with the zip while it was laying flat on the roof. We'll take you up on the roof deck and show you that. But we sheeted it. It's a lot easier to do it up top, and then we stand these walls up. So we got to cut this and then nail this still. It's just maybe about a 1/4 of an inch got to get cut off so we can nail this off. All right, we're going to go ahead and go inside, and I'll show you a couple things inside. So inside, if you look up at the ceiling, these are engineered floor trusses, and this is the same thing that's below me underneath this subfloor, and these are sitting on a pony wall. There's actually a wall that's built right underneath this wall right here, and these trusses are sitting on that, and then we sheet it over the top, then we frame our wall. But these are spanning all the way to the outside wall, and these are cool because they actually allow you to get your mechanicals, like your electrical and your HVAC. You can get through these. You can see here, this is an actual mechanical chase here. But this is where you can run your HVAC through, and you got to plan this out beforehand. How are we going to actually get our plumbing out, get our HVAC down and out of the house, so you can design these trusses accordingly. So this here is a girder truss. You can see where they've actually taken in, it's a 3-ply girder where these are all nailed together, and this carries, this actually hangers off so we can get the stairs in here. So you have another girder running that way. So what you're seeing here, these are what we call shear transfer blocks. So this is a 2x6, it's laid flat. This is an 8 foot high. We weren't able to get 9 foot sheets on the structural one rated zip when we needed it. So we throw these blocks in here, and this allows the shear to transfer. So you got a piece of plywood breaking here and then going up from there, and then we'll do another one wherever the next sheet breaks up above. All right, so if you remember, I shot a video about these hold down bolts, extending them up. So the issue we had was because of the embedment that bolt had to have in the stem wall, that concrete down below this, it wasn't long enough to get up through the floors. We have 3x plate, a bottom plate on this wall. So if you remember, we were down at this level right here on the floor sheeting, and now we've since plated the wall. So this is our bottom plate for the wall. It's another 1.5 inches. And then we put a coupler nut on this thing like we showed in the video. And then this right here, we put the all thread on, you can see right here, up past this. And then we put a block in here. So that coupler nut is just below this block. And then that allows us to now suck this down tight to this hold down. This is an HDU5, is tight to this block. And that's what Simpson wants. So you can suck this thing down tight. And this has the SDS screws that are anchored into this 4x6. And this is for a shear wall. So you can see this is the other one on this side. There's multiple ones here. These are HDU8s, and the same thing happened on all of these. So there's HDU5, 2 more 8s right there, and those are for shear, and that's how we got those to lift up. All right, well, we are on the second floor now, and I want to show you what happened up here. First thing that happened up here is this wall went up. So this was the first wall that went up. And you can see it's a really steep pitch. It's a 12-12 pitch. It's gonna have a rafter sitting on top. That's why the plywood is up above that. And there's actually a vent that's got to get cut out on the top up there. These are 3 big windows going in. It's a 2x6 wall. So it was really heavy. We've got it up and it's all braced off. So tomorrow we're actually gonna be reframing all the other walls on the side. You can see in the front, we got some of the material up here that we need already. The second wall that went up was this one. And this one's a tall one too. And what you can see here, that this is we'll have a rafter up on top of this guy here, on top of the top plate. And then this is the fire blocking, where this has a scissor truss that sits inside 2 feet this way. And so we'll put backing on the wall there, but this stops the fire from going up through this cavity up into the attic space. Or one thing I want to show you here on the windows that we do that helps with the nailing on the inside and on the outside. So if you're putting trim up on the inside, or you're putting your trim up for your siding on the outside, putting a double bottom sill on your window helps to get good nailing. So I mean, you can imagine if you're going to put casing on here, you would end up having a jamb in here that's sitting up a little bit higher, so you're getting nailing on your full board. It's like a 3.5 inch piece of material. Same thing here, double trimmer on the sides allows you to do that. And then on this one, this actually has a 4x6. You don't have to do a double, you just do a single, and then you have a 4x6 here that allows that to happen. So and then your header material, with this type of header material, this allows that to happen as well. You got good nailing all the way around for your window and for your trim on the inside and outside. All right, well, thanks for joining us for the Real Property Show today. I hope you learned something. Enjoyed giving you that project update. We're going to be shooting a lot of video on this project, so we'll be getting you updates as this framing goes up. If you'd like more information about building a custom home or an ADU, go to our website at freemansconstruction.com. If you're interested in buying or selling a home or land, visit our real estate company's website at freemansrealty.com. Thanks again for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon.